Hello everyone and welcome to another game of Squirrels Baseball. Today is Game 6 of the World Series. Houston has a chance to win it today, but they will have to do it on the road. Not that was any detriment to them to start the series. Game 5 is the first time the home team won a game in this series, and unfortunately for us, it was not in our park. So this is definitely a new position for us to be in. I really think in the playoffs we've only faced one elimination game, I think, and that was a one game. We've never been in a situation where it was win 2 or you're done. So yeah, backs against the wall. Let's see how the guys respond. Got Stitch on the mound to get us started this game. And here shortly is Hunter Pence. He was very good last game. He had what? Hold on, it's hard to read this upside down. He's got no 1-2 count in this at bat. Yeah, he went 3 for 4, scored a run in all 3 of those times he got a hit. He also added a sac fly for another RBI. This game, though, he starts off with a strikeout. Here's Carlos Gomez. He had been down in the 9 hole with the DH lineup, but here he is back in the 2 hole now that we are back in the National League Park. He's got an 0-2 count. He's also, hurt himself several times sliding in the bases. He'll strike out, and here is Joe Mauer. Mauer has been good this series. Looks at strike 1 to start this at-bat, though. Lines this one foul. Will this get... Oh, yeah, that's easily a hit. Looked off the end of the bat. I didn't think it was going to go as far as it did. Here's Carlos Lee, who has also been very good in this series. And he will hit a ground ball to short. Joey's able to grab this one, get it to first. And we are safely out of the first inning. Kester will start things off for the Squirrels in the bottom half of the inning. The Astros are going to start off with Anibal Sanchez on the mound. Otherwise, same lineup we have been seeing without the DH. Which makes sense, at this point. Kester looks at strike 1. Swings and misses for strike 2. Looks at strike 3. Here is Marvin. He will bat left-handed. Swings and misses at a changeup. Swings and misses at a fastball. Frankly, didn't have a whole lot on it. That slider out of the zone. It's a 1-2 count. Curveball catches the outside corner for the second out of the inning. Here is Chief. Neither Kester nor Marvin could even put bat on the ball. Didn't even foul one off. And Chief will look at strike 1. That slider too low. Curveball called a strike, though I can see why Chief took a look back at the umpire. And he will swing and miss. The Squirrels look terrible to start the game. We'll move on to the second. It's still scoreless. The Astros will start off with Ty Wigginton at the plate.
Number 21, Ty Wigginton, third baseman.
First pitch swung on and missed on a high fastball. Called strike on the outer half. Changeup does not get the call. 1-2. Line drive into left. That will be a base hit. Very likely a double. And here he goes on to second. Here's the throw, but it's not going to be in time. Oh boy, leadoff double for Houston. And that will bring Lance Berkman to the plate. He will get to bat left-handed. First pitch out of the zone. Curveball gets called a strike. Swing and a miss to make it 1-2. Called strike 3. One away. Here's Miguel Tejada. Runner still on second. He will take a curveball for strike 1. Changeup is fouled away. That'll make it 0-2. This would be a very big strikeout for Stitch. And he gets it on a curveball, freezes Tejada. So that will bring Kaz Matsui, who has got hits more regularly later in the series. Has a 1-1 count in this at-bat. Looks at strike 2. Swing and a miss. Stitch pitches around a leadoff double to keep the game scoreless. We go to the bottom of the second, where Terry will lead things off for Indianapolis.
Number 4, Terry. First baseman.
First pitch to Terry is called a strike. Swing and a miss will make it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. One away. Here's Frank. It's not even a foul ball to this point. This is a little sad. That slider's out of the zone at least. Frank hits the ball. It's right to Wigginton, but it's progress. 2 away. Here is Tom, who did hit a home run yesterday, though aided by the Crawford boxes. That would definitely not be a home run in this park. Probably just be a pretty routine flyout, honestly. He's got a 1-1 count in this at-bat. Swing and a miss on the changeup. Could not quite hold back. Then he's behind on that fastball for strike 3. We are still scoreless as we go into the third, and Sanchez is due up for the Astros. First pitch in there for a strike. Another called strike. Ground ball to third. Chief over to first. One away. 5 strikeouts for Stitch the first time through the Astros order, which is a lot, but I think he's still behind Sanchez. Pence was one of those strikeout victims, and he has an 0-2 count in this at-bat. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down. Here's Carlos Gomez, also struck out. Looks at strike 1 in this at-bat. Swings and misses to make it 0-2. This is going to be fouled away. Still 0-2. 2 outs, nobody on base. Changeup gets a swing and a miss. We are still scoreless. We go to the bottom of the third inning, and the Squirrels have the bottom of their lineup up. Here is Zach. He got off to a hot start in the playoffs, but he's cooled off at least a bit since. Has an 0-2 count in this at-bat. And he will swing and miss for strike 3. Here's Joey. Looks at strike 1. Swings and misses to make it 0-2. This is embarrassing. How did we ever make it to the World Series? Ground ball right to third. That, I think, is only the second ball in play, and they've both been ground balls to third. The other 6 outs have all been strikeouts. Here is Stitch at the plate to look at strike 1. That Changeup sails a bit. 1-1. Called strike to make it 1-2. Called strike 3. That will end the third. Squirrels go down in order the first time through. We're scoreless for the game. Joe Mauer's going to start things off for the Astros in the fourth. Mauer with a base hit in his first at-bat. Stitch has given up 2 hits and has still been outpitched somehow, but at least the game does stay scoreless for the moment. Ground ball to second. There's the first out. That'll bring up Carlos Lee, who ground out, I do believe, to short in his first at-bat. In fact, I'm pretty confident of that. First pitch is called a strike. Swings at a high fastball to make it 0-2. Looks at strike 3 up in the zone. Here's Wigginton, who had a leadoff double in his last at-bat, but the Squirrels thankfully able to stop it there. In fact, I think Stitch struck out the next 3 batters to make sure nothing else happened. Wigginton with a 1-1 count in this at-bat. And he will pop this one up foul. Tom going after it, and he will make the catch. Still scoreless as we go to the bottom of the fourth, where Kester will come back to the plate. Look, everybody struck out other than Frank and Joey, I believe. So you don't have to think too hard about it when they come back up to the plate. Both those guys ground out to third. Kester already behind 0-2 in this at-bat. And he will hit this one at least to first, a little variety. And it was caught on the fly. So here's Marvin, again batting left-handed. Swings and misses at a curveball. And that is finally a base hit that finds the outfield grass. A runner on first for Chief with 1 out. As they check over on first. I wish he wouldn't, but Marvin is liable to take off. Oh, Chief looks at a very hittable pitch right down the middle. Swings at this one, but it's going to hook foul. That'll make it an 0-2 count. Check over on Marvin again. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Here's Terry. Pitch a bit too far outside. This one catches the corner, 1-1. Marvin does take off, but thankfully he's at least in there safely. So that does put a runner in scoring position. Terry with 2 strikes, though, and he swings and misses. Well, we're still scoreless, but at least the Squirrels showing some sign of life. We move into the 5th, where Lance Berkman is going to lead it off. He struck out, well, pretty similar story. There's just been a lot of striking out in this game. Both teams, I imagine, pretty tight given the situation. Berkman with the 1-1 count. Swings and misses at a curveball to make it 1-2. Looks at a curveball, but it's out of the zone. 2-2. Slider is fouled away. Changeup catches the outside corner. Berkman again doesn't like the call, but he strikes out yet again. Here's Miguel Tejada, and he'll look at strike 1. Looks at strike 2. This one misses outside. 1-2. Fouled off. Still 1-2. Swing and a miss on the changeup for the second out of the inning. Here is Kaz Matsui. He takes the ball too high. There's a called strike. Swing and a miss to make it 1-2. Swing and a miss. That one was in the dirt, but Matsui chased it, and that will end the 5th inning. The top half anyway. We go to the bottom of the 5th, still scoreless. 3 combined hits for the teams, and I don't know how many combined strikeouts. Over 20, I think. Frank's going to start things off. Actually, I think it might have been exactly 20. I think 11 for Stitch and 9 so far for Sanchez. So Frank comes up with the base hit down the left field line. He's looking to make it a double. Oh, and he's in there. It was close. We'll get a replay of that one. So they took Carlos Lee. It felt like forever to get to that ball. Although, boy, it felt like that throw beat him there. We didn't get a good look at the tag. But a leadoff double. Here's Tom. So the Astros did this once and weren't able to take advantage. We'll see what the Squirrels do. Tom has a 1-1 count. Looks at strike 2. I think he chased one, but at least he fouled it off. Doesn't chase that one, and it is a called strike. So it's up to Zach now to try to come up with a base hit. He will look at a changeup for a strike. That changeup bounces in. This one's too high. It's 2-1. Right down the middle. Oh, Sanchez made a good play, and Frank, I think, had already committed to it going up the middle, and Sanchez didn't let that happen, so he ends up getting thrown out trying to advance the runner. Then we get a wild pitch. That will advance Zach to second. So we're right back kind of where we started. Although that's going to lead to a intentional walk with 2 outs, and it's too early to take Stitch out. So we'll see what he can do. Looks at strike 1. He comes up with the base hit into left. Here comes Zach in to score. Joey's on his way to third. And actually, that turned real dicey there. He ended up getting backpicked, but it was real close to the run at home. But they do score the run. So, Stitch comes up with the go-ahead RBI. He's now on the mound with Sanchez at the plate, suddenly pitching with a lead. And he gets Sanchez to pop up, Terry waiting for it, and he does make the catch. Hunter Pence has struck out in both at-bats so far today. First pitch, fastball for a strike on the outer half. Curveball misses. Throws another curveball, and Pence swings over the top of it. 1-2. Swing and miss on the changeup. Hunter Pence strikes out for the 3rd time today. Carlos Gomez also has struck out in both at-bats so far today, and he starts off with the strike on a fastball. Changeup misses outside. Fouled away. That will make it 1-2. Slider misses low. Ground ball to second. Kester over to first, and that will end the top of the 6th inning. Squirrels clinging to a run lead as we go to the bottom of the 6th, and Kester will start things off. Kester, strikeout and a line out. That fastball a bit too high. And that changeup bounces in. Sanchez doesn't seem to have a lot on these pitches. I guess that's been true all day. That fastball a little livelier. Kester tried to bunt it and missed. Hits this one, but it's going to hook foul. That will make it a 2-2 count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Here is Marvin. He got a base hit in his first at-bat. He singled and then stole second. But then he trying to remember. Well, I think he might have. It's just a strikeout? I can't remember now. Anyway, he's got a 1-2 count in this at-bat. Looks at strike 3, 2 away. That was not the greatest pitch. Chief has struck out in both at-bats so far today. Watches that curveball bounce in. Swings at this one, and I'm not sure if it would have been a strike, but it is now. Swings at another one. He just does not seem to be seeing the ball today. 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That will end the 6th inning. We will move to the 7th. The Squirrels up 1-0. Middle of the order coming up for the Astros. And we will try to go to our lockdown late inning pitchers here. Starting off with Johnston. Put him into Chief's spot, which will bring Sweeney into the game. Normally one of our most reliable hitters, but he's not really had a great year, regular season or playoffs. But here's a chance to redeem himself, I guess. In theory, we just need to play defense, right? All right, Maurer 1 for 2 on the day. Johnston starts him off with a sinker for a strike. Swing and a miss on a fastball, makes it 0-2. Another fastball, another swing and a miss. One down, Carlos Lee is 0 for 2. He will look at a backdoor slurve. High fastball, and he misses it. 0-2. Called strike 3, fastball on the inside corner. Here's Ty Wigginton. Has a double today, but he made it out in his last at-bat. I want to say he struck out, but I'm not 100% sure of that. I missed his flag down there. Has a 1-2 count in this at-bat. Lays off of 2 high fastballs. Slurve way inside. It's a full count. 2 outs, nobody on. Slurve in there for strike 3, and that will bring us to the 7th inning stretch. Squirrels still ahead 1-0, and they will have Terry coming to the plate after the break. Terry has struck out in both at-bats so far. And he looks at a strike right down the middle. Sanchez still on the mound for now anyway. He's not been wiping his brow. He's not throwing very hard, but he seems to be going strong. Right as soon as I say that, he starts wiping his brow. Terry strikes out swinging, 1 away. Here's Frank, came up with a double that, well, I guess he didn't actually score the run, but I'd still say it opened the door a little bit. Grounds that one foul down the third base line, makes it an 0-2 count. Fouls this one off down the first base side. And that fastball's too low. I don't think it actually hit the dirt, but it was definitely low. This one fouled away. Will it make the seats? Yes. Well, no, actually hit off the wall, but either way, it was out of Berkman's reach, and that's what we're really concerned about here. This one is not going to do the trick. Maurer waiting on it in front of the plate. 2 away. Here is Tom. He has struck out in both at-bats so far today. Sanchez up to 14 strikeouts on the day here in the 7th. And somehow losing. Tom pops it up, Maurer makes the catch, and that will end the 7th inning. We go into the 8th, still a 1-0 Squirrels lead. Lance Berkman's going to lead it off for Houston, though he will do so against Hermida as soon as we can. Put him into Tom's spot and bring Martinez in to catch. They both have strong arms back there, but I think Martinez is the better catcher. No, Tom's certainly the better hitter. All right, Berkman, I think he's batted left-handed every at-bat today, but he struck out so far in both at-bats. Looks at strike one here. That curveball bounces in. Called strike on the outer half, makes it 1-2. Called strike three. Berkman very frustrated. Miguel Tejada has also struck out in both at-bats today. Hermida gets the call on that curve. I'm not sure he should have, but that's going to be a base hit through the left side of the infield. Tejada on for the first time today. We're getting a pinch something. Pinch runner, Akari's going to come in, and he is, twice as fast as Tejada, apparently. Matsui watches that curveball miss. That one didn't look good out of his hand. This one looks better, and it is called a strike. Throws that big, high curveball. Oh, this could be a double play ball. Joey back to first in time, and that is a great double play. I do believe that was 3-6-3. Boy, that does have me feeling better. Zach is going to lead things off in the bottom half of the 8th inning. It's like Akari's going to come in or stay in rather, and play left, and Traber is going to come in and play short. So Traber, if they did the switch right, should be batting in that 4-hole now. Zach has a 2-0 count. Sanchez still out there for now. He does get that strike over. Zach was taking all the way. Takes this pitch too, and I have no idea why. 2-2. That had home run ball written all over it. Swings at that one, but just plain misses. Terrible at bat, but here's Joey. He was intentionally walked in his last at bat, and then Stitch came through with the RBI. Looks like this will be the last batter for Sanchez. Joey with an 0-2 count. He will look at strike three. Sweeney in his first at bat today. He will face DeRosa. Who he has been effective out of the bullpen. He's had some extended outings, and I'm not sure he has had it. Yeah, he has not had a run charged to him. Base is empty here for Sweeney with 2 outs. First pitch is called a strike. And this, will it get down? It does. Base hit for Sweeney, and he was sorely due. Kester 0 for 3 on the day. As they check over on Sweeney. Sweeney, I think, is actually the fastest on the team. I think he is a full 15 out of 15 speed, and Kester's a 14 out of 15. Those are the only 2 real speedsters we have. Kester, both of these have gone foul out to the opposite field. 0-2. And he looks at strike 3 to end the 8th inning. We go to the 9th of this must-win game. Pitcher spot due up for the Astros. They need a run to stay alive in this game. For now, they are going to put in Ryan Church, who is their typical DH. We will see if that's true here in just a moment. Put Shibuya into Kester's spot, which will bring Phil into play second. That is actually a good defensive upgrade. Sweeney, probably a little bit of a defensive upgrade over Chief at third, but they're pretty comparable. But Phil, not much of a hitter, but he is a good second baseman. All right, Church will stay in to hit. Shibuya starts him off with the breaking ball for strike 1. Gets a ground ball to Phil. 1 away. Here is Pence. He's struck out all 3 at-bats so far. First pitch in there for a strike. Pulls this one foul to make it 0-2. I imagine Shibuya's going to try to blow it by him here. No, he goes off speed again. Gets a ground ball to short. Joey had to wait on the hop, but no problem. 2 down. Here's Carlos Gomez. He is 0 for 3 with a couple strikeouts. Grounds this one again to Joey. On to first, and the Squirrels stay alive. Your final score today, Astros 0, Squirrels 1. And that will give us a Game 7 tomorrow. For all the marbles. And Stitch has got to be your player of the game. He pitched 6 shutout innings and drove in the only run of the game. That's that's one you put on your resume in Game 6 of the World Series. There was his hit. Or no, sorry, that was Frank's double down the line. I don't even think they showed us the scoring play. Well, Shibuya and Stitch are, I guess, technically going to share the honors, but that's Stitch's day. Like, let's not get that confused. Thank you for watching, everybody. If you'd like to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, feel very free. Otherwise, tomorrow, Halloween night, it is it. Winner take all, Game 7 of the World Series. We will see you then.